Okay, guys, so I wanted to show how to deal with the lunch punches now that we're no longer getting the lunch punch reports. If you click on reports here and you click on punches, you're going to pull the punches report. The punches report can give you an entire pay period. It can give you a day. I typically would tell you to select all your facilities because you can skinny that down later, all your employees. Today, for these purposes, we're going to go with the 11th and we're going to search that. And then we're going to hit this little Excel button so that'll export onto Excel. Enable editing. What we're going to do is we're going to set up filters at the very top. Column E is where all your names are. So you're going to go ahead and sort from A to Z. It's going to ask you to expand the section so that way all the data will follow the changes rather than just the row. If you were to do this one, it would change just the column and then your information would be inaccurate. So always expand the section. You're going to hit sort. Um, that top row, um, there might be some Excel gurus cringing with me, but that part I don't know how to avoid that. So I'm going to go down to here. So that top row ended up getting in alphabetical order. So if I hit highlight it, Control X will take it out of there and cut it. And Control V will paste it. And then we'll put the filters back on. And that particular row, we can get rid of that as well. If you right click it and delete it, it goes away. All right, so I have two different districts here, one for housekeeping, one for dining. So we're going to focus on the dining one for now. So just for time's sake. Okay, so we just have the dining district here. And what you want to look at is people that have two punches. If they have two punches, you know that they took a lunch, they would not have triggered on the lunch punch report. So the best way to be able to do this is basically we're going to highlight the row, and then you're going to highlight the individuals, and you're going to right click and delete those rows. I wish there was an easier way to do that, but unfortunately, I have not figured that out yet. So what I've been doing is basically when I get to somebody who hasn't had a double punch, like for example, that Beverly Blank right here, she only has one single punch. So I'm going to get rid of these other ones, delete these rows, and then do the same pretty much until the end of the sheet. Now, I have already done that just for the sake of this video and timing. And so when I skinnied it down to this, the next step is pretty much to look at the type of hours. You want to get rid of any BHS so that way you don't penalize somebody for hours that you entered. And then we are going to go to anything under the 6 hour mark so that way those folks aren't penalized as well. So what it looks like for this particular date on the 11th, this district had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lunch punches that would have needed to be addressed within those particular centers. So that's what we're taking a look at here, anything over 6 hours. So these folks would have triggered on the original lunch punch report. Typically, what we do in our area to track those, we have a lunch punch sheet where we basically would populate their names. So, for example, what I would do here is I'm going to copy these names and I'm going to stick them in here. And then on the particular day in question, everybody gets a nice little X. And what we did for these folks is we set them up on a 3 strike rule so that way 3 strikes in a 31-day period. That means, we're breaking protocols when it comes to lunch punches. Those folks would receive progressive discipline. Our managers know that if there's 5 strikes for the same individual to avoid repeat offenders within a 31-day period. 5 strikes, the manager would actually receive progressive discipline as well, so that way we are managing through the process. So this is how we handle our lunch punches.